Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Wes wasn't available to make it today, but he did get a chance to sit down with Paul Steubenport from the marketing company that we've had. A lot of doctors have had a lot of success with him, and so they have some comments on what's going on right now with AI specifically and different things in marketing. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video that Wes prepared for us. And then Dr. Ron Peterson is here to comment and answer questions and provide some feedback there. So we are going to go ahead and start that.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm here with Paul Steubenbort. He's done marketing for a lot of our clients over the years, including Roy Smith. And I wanted to bring him on and just kind of learn from him what's going on with this AI thing. A lot of things have up in the air, I guess, Paul. I mean, in terms of changes and yeah, I just want your perspective so that everybody can be aware of what's going to happen and I guess, what's possible.
Yeah, well, thanks for the introduction, Wes. So we've been doing marketing a long time, over 20 years now, and it shifted a lot after COVID. Less people watch television, less people watch their favorite TV shows because they went to streaming. They don't really, listen to their radio stations anymore. They listen to their favorite streaming station. And that's about the time AI started to become a thing where consumers knew about it. Everybody started with ChatGPT. In fact, the way I found out about it, there was a South Park episode about ChatGPT. I was like, what is this? Can it be real? So about 2 years ago, it became my life. I treat it like a workout. I learn about AI in the morning. I learn about AI in the evening for an hour each episode, so 2 hours a day. And it's just mind blowing. I wake up every day and I really feel like whatever goal our client has, we can try to accomplish now with AI faster, better, and greater than anybody else. So, for example, most people just use ChatGPT to say write something or you maybe analyze this, but really the big change is coming with agentic search. People have gone to Google and they say, "What is the best dentist in Dallas?"
Explain to me what agentic search is, because I'm behind. I'm not studying like you are. So,
So agentic search is agent is where the word agentic comes from.
okay.
And somebody's going to go to say Google and they might do a search for best dentist in Dallas. Well, now before you see any of the ads, Google actually has a Gemini AI summary saying what the best dentist is based on AI.
Okay, so what you're saying for those of you, basically they've put their chat GPT, which is called Gemini, at the top of every search now, just about.
Exactly. So Google has Gemini. ChatGPT is owned by OpenAI. A lot of people use ChatGPT to do the same agentic search. So it's not showing up really in a search engine. They're just going to ChatGPT and they're searching who's the best dentist in Dallas. And that's the way people are finding everything right now. It's just like we used Yelp for finding the best restaurant, but at
Uh-huh.
a much higher scale.
So how's that change your world, and what do our doctors need to know, and how can they, I guess, set themselves
Yeah.
up a little bit, somewhat organically, but also how should they be talking to their marketing companies, that kind of thing.
Right. So the best thing you can do is simply test your own website and your own brand. Simply open up ChatGPT and whatever market you're in, whatever your specialty is, type that in as a human would search for it. If you
Okay.
don't show up, then you tell your marketing company, "Hey, this needs to be fixed." Because it's really their job to fix it, not you to get into all the technical details. You would I'd also go to Google Gemini, which is their AI, and I would do the same search. You'll often get the same result these days. 3 months ago, it was completely different results, but now they're very similar.
Interesting.
Um, the
Interesting.
way it works,
How are they getting these results? How do you boost yourself up? Yeah, I
ex-
mean, I'm sure that's where
exactly.
you're going. Yeah.
Exactly. So the way to do it is creating content on your website for AEO, which is answer engine optimization. So it's taken over SEO. SEO will be a thing of the past in just a few years. AEO is the new SEO. Kind of
You got to
like,
explain that.
50 is the new 30.
Yeah, what's that mean? I know what SEO means. Maybe some people don't, but what has changed about that?
So answer engine optimization is that result that Gemini is giving you at the top of the browser, above the Google results, or
Okay.
it's answer engine optimization is what
Uh,
ChatGPT is giving you.
let me do layman's terms because I think I know what you're saying.
Okay.
You're coding the website so that Gemini or ChatGPT can read it. Not before it was so that Google could read it and that Google ranked you higher. Now you're coding it so that actually Gemini and ChatGPT read it and read it well and rank you and put you at the top.
Exactly, and it's not just your
Different.
website. So,
Right.
in fact, you
Okay.
can go to a website called Google Site Speed. You can just type that into Google, and you can put your website in it, and it'll give you an agentic rating. How are you rated on agentic search? Now, it only has one, two, or zero. So you want to make sure you're two. That's the one thing your website needs to have is it needs to have a two. If it doesn't have a two, it's okay. You have to have a one for sure. Or agents won't find you whatsoever. Now, how do agents find you? It's the way the website is coded. It is the way the website has. You ever did a Google search and at the bottom of the Google search it has frequently asked questions?
Yep.
Those are agentic. That's what we use for the agentic questions that we actually put on the content. It's the most frequently asked questions about dentistry in your market. Any
And then you
page you
have
go to will have these collapsible menus at the bottom of them where we answer those questions. And that feeds the AEO search engines such as OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude with the answers. So that's part one of how to rank. Part two is everything else. Everything else includes Google reviews, Yelp reviews, reviews from multiple different websites. But one of the big thing is video because AI is so smart, it knows that we don't like to read already. I mean, do you like to read? Nobody likes to read. I don't even type anymore, to be honest with you, because my workload is so functional and fast. I just talk now. I don't type. That's much faster, 4 times faster to talk into a microphone to type versus actually
right.
typing. So I get much
Right.
more work done. People also don't like to read as much, so they like to watch short videos. And AI is so smart, it knows this is the future. So the more video content that you can create, and it doesn't have to be great, you can go to YouTube and say, how do I make a great video using my iPhone only? And using only free software, you can make some really good videos. The videos need to be natural, but they need to have words in it that AI can read because every video that's uploaded these days is going to be read by the search engines to help with your AEO search results.
Okay. Okay. Now, how big of a deal is this? I mean, like at this point, is this like you got to get on this right now, or is it like you've got 6 months to a year? How big's this switch happening? You've said things to me in the past like, hey, 20, 30%, I don't remember exactly, is now kind of chat GPT based versus Google based traffic. What's your guesstimate on all that?
Well, nobody knows. So everybody says ChatGPT or AI is the future, and that's just not true. It's already here and it's the now.
Right.
And I would say 6 months from now is too late. I think you need to do it very, very soon. Think of the days around 2000 when Google became a thing and Google
Mhm.
used what's called search engine results pages or links from other websites for their ratings, and it changed everything. But because before that, Yahoo and AOL, they only used what you said about yourself on your website, and it changed everything for search engine optimization. Well, AEO is already starting to change everything, and we're seeing it in our own client leads. When we see Google ads, for example, Google ads can cost you 4 years ago, it was like $60 for a new patient lead. Today, that same lead can cost $150. Now, Google knows they have a problem. Over 90% of their revenue comes from ad sales, but they've invested trillions of dollars into their AI, and they know that's the future. So, like ChatGPT, that just started selling ads on ChatGPT, Gemini is going to start doing the same. It just wants to perfect its system first. So my first thought would be to contact your marketing agency after you do a search if you don't show up and have them start doing the AEO proofing for your website.
Stuff you talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Paul, if they want to get in touch with you, how, and have you look at their website, can you give yourself a little plug there?
Absolutely. So, in fact, I just built my new website in a weekend. Uh, that's how fast this stuff works, and it's so exciting for me. You can go to thinkdenali.com, and that's thinkdenali.com. I used to be called Stubenborg Consulting, but nobody could ever spell it. So I owned a Denali at the time. I love Denali Mountain, so that's why we're that. You can go to contact. You can actually book a meeting with me.
Okay.
It'll connect to my HubSpot account and I'll get a calendar invite and we can talk then.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for giving us a few minutes.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Wes.
Okay.
Okay, Lori.
Yes, sir. Do you have any thoughts? You take any
Yeah.
questions that come in?
Yeah, good information. Some things I wasn't aware of. I know this has been changing quickly, but I also know that a lot of the typical Google-based marketing has been less effective than it was in the past. So we've all known that this was coming. It's just to what degree. And again, lots of my clients look through Chat GPT, Gemini, Claude, the others to see how their office comes up. But there are a lot more detail here about where to go to check your own website and see how it is being read by the AI sources. So good idea there. And then again, his comment of if you're going to make the change, you better do it now, as opposed to 6 months from now, because instead of being at the front of the wave, you'll be at the back of the wave. You'll be behind the curve. So consider that if you do much marketing, and if marketing is a major part of your new patient flow, you want to be able to control your costs and get results for the money that you spend. So those are essentially my comments. Obviously, the expert was just on the video, and I would encourage you to talk to your own marketing firm and or to Denali, because they will give you an evaluation, look at your website, tell you the strengths and weaknesses, and make the recommended changes. And I'm sure they'll give you a good quote also. So I'm happy to attempt to answer any questions on this. I'll do my best. So if you have any, please speak up.
Okay, I think that might wrap it up then, Ron, unless you have anything that you'd like to talk about or anything that you'd like to add.
Not really. I mean, this was really good, cutting edge information. Everybody's talking about AI, and it's very helpful. It's very good. One thing that I think everybody's been seeing more recently, if you still need Google reviews, and you do, there is a new device that you can use in the office that a person can hold up their phone next to. It kind of works like a QR code, and it will immediately allow the phone to connect directly to Google, so that your patients can write a review right there. They don't have to go to Google. They don't have to try to find how to give the review. All they have to do is hold their phone up to this device, and it'll connect it immediately. I have one office in California that started using this about 3 weeks ago, and they've been able to greatly increase their Google reviews just by making it easier for their patients to make that connection. And from my understanding, one of the things AI does look at is your reviews and how many you have, because that's an easy number for them to track, and your ranking. The videos, that makes perfect sense. I mean, this all goes along with the shortening of everybody's mind time attention span. I think now it's down to 8 seconds, which is 2 seconds more than a goldfish. So I'm not sure this is all for the good. I still like to read. However, I can't argue with what's going on in society. And you have to take that into effect or into account because its effects are going to be seen. And the marketing that complies with the trends will be the one that is the most successful. So
Ron, what was the name of that device? We have the QR code currently, but I think if they don't have a Gmail account, then they have to, but do you know the name of that device?
I do, but not on the top of my head. So what I will do is I'll give it to Lori, and
Okay.
Lori, can you email it out to everybody?
Thank you.
No problem.
Good.
And I'll send out contact information for Paul as well. If you do have questions for Wes, unfortunately wasn't able to join us, but if you even just reply to the email that got you here to this meeting, I can connect you with Wes and schedule with him. Ron is also available to take questions. He's our guy in the field. So so any type of connection that you need, I can get that scheduled for you if you just shoot me a quick email. Any other questions? Anything else that we should discuss today?
All right. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Everyone have a good Saturday.